in the cabin, getting ready for Tom's wedding. Very nice. The big event. It's finally arrived. Kristen and Tom just put dirty underwear in Bob's cabin with a sign on the door that says, "Welcome to Smalley's."
What'd you do to him?
What's that?
What'd you do to him?
Better to have it the opposite way?
I don't know, sometimes it's too loud.
Best up front. Pick it up.
Oh, I think there's knives in here. Right there.
Just fit.
About that much room.
Okay, sleep on the porch.
Thanks.
I've always wanted to do.
We told you we'd all wear the same. Hey, Gary. Hey, Karen.
Son's already there?
Yesterday, and I'd like to take just a second to introduce the members of the wedding party and get the ball rolling here. This is Bob Andrews, Tom's dad. I think you know the principals involved. And this is Jan Sander, the Justice of the Peace, who's going to unite them in marriage. So.
Good morning.
Good morning.
At this time, we would like to mention Andrews, Bob Lee, Doug Kolon, Clifford Richmond, and Vi Richmond.
So the program of events works like this. I have a little poem that I'd like to read, and then Jesse and Tom have prepared love letters to each other, which they'd like to read publicly in front of all of you to confirm their love. Who in this group of friends and relatives will not pursue his own specific way of nourishing the union of the lives of Tom and Jesse born this summer day? But in the end, it is these two in love who, through their wills and willingness to prove, to give, will forge the certain bonds of faith to prove and circumscribe the life that they will live. This doesn't happen through complexities. Instead, transcendent promise will ignite the infinitely simple processes through which two sympathetic souls unite. From truth to their own selves as they begin, truth to each other follows as it must. There's so much to be gained by giving in, and so much more discovered in that trust. From one who's seen a modicum of truth, I bestow a brother's blessing on you both.
The love letters that I wrote, I made into a book. So can you help me with it while I read it? To Dulce on my wedding day. As I sit to finally write this letter after many times beginning in my head, I realize that the task is greater than I had imagined. I have so much to tell you and to say to you about how much you mean to me, and yet I'm thrilled that I also have a lifetime with you to accomplish this task. I love you so much. You have shown me, shared with me, and taught with me more than I can describe in this letter, and more than you or I will ever fully realize. I trust you completely. I have never let someone so deeply into my thoughts, worries, dreams, and all my neuroses. You accept them all, not always with completely open arms or full comprehension, but you listen, believe, and humor me, even if you don't understand. Occasionally you even join me in my neuroses, like our shared OCD when we compete for doing the dishes, who gets to clean the car, or whose manner of folding or ironing is better and mine. I love to see you laugh, to be silly. You bring so much humor and joy to my life. I can just crawl into bed while you're reading, snuggle up to you, and know that you will laugh, and keep laughing. Although this year has been tough for you in a new town and a horrible job, you still have managed to laugh and to make me laugh. You find humor in any situation, like your days at Winooski, the gray winter we had in Vermont, Eula's puking and shedding, and when I left you on the dance floor. You have given me so much love and have been attentive to all my needs and wants. When we first met, I told you I didn't want this to be a fling, and you replied by saying that you wanted to focus on me. You have done what you said. Every day you show me how much you love me, even if I don't recognize it or I'm too busy to realize. You always open the door for me, you leave me little notes saying you love me, you gently wake me by rubbing or scratching my back, and you almost always share the M&Ms. You have treated me with so much respect and devotion. You have fully accepted me for who I am, even those parts you might not agree with. You are patient and kind when I am overbearing or manic. You are always calm when I'm crazed. On this day, I promise to try to fulfill your life the way you have begun to fulfill mine. To give to you when you are in need of me the most, even if I am in need too. I am amazed and thrilled at our love, at its ease and comfort. I feel so fortunate to have met you and fallen in love with you. For you to be in love with me. I cannot wait to spend the rest of my life with you, to dream with you, to cry with you, to fight with you, to aggravate and annoy you, and for you to do the same in return. We have so much to look forward to and still so much to share and learn with and about each other. I love you so much.
Can I have time to rewrite mine? Jeez. I didn't write a book, but I wrote a scroll. What? Actually, that's not it. I have 3 pages, nicely typed, organized. My love letter to Jesse, June 23rd, 2001. In keeping with my OCD nature, that means obsessive compulsive disorder, I wrote my love letter in a very organized way. It is broken up into categories which focus on important areas that will attest to how much I love you. Each category is then subdivided into a list of examples, which I've just noticed are not in any particular order, so that means I'm going to go way outside my comfort zone for the next 10 minutes. Please bear with me. Category number 1. What you're willing to endure in order to spend the rest of your life with me. To begin with, my many quiet episodes. You allow me to make people laugh, even though it embarrasses you, like right now, for instance. My laughing spells that seem to come out of nowhere. My never-ending denials in regards to sealing the covers. My explanation that the bed is sloped to the right and the covers are only following the laws of gravity doesn't seem to cut it for you. You allow me some my time. And you refer to my little paunch as a slopey hole, which I know is a term used to express your undying love for me, no matter how out of shape I may be. Category number 2, things we have in common. Driving etiquette. We both agree that the left lane is a passing lane, not a cruising lane. We like to yell out, "Put down the cell phone and drive." And nobody drives as good as we do. Shopping. We have never had any trouble justifying a purchase. It's amazing how many things we just can't live without. OCD behavior. Like fighting over who gets to wash the dishes. But we're also OCD in different ways. For instance, I'm a clean freak, and everything has its place, whereas you need to get something done right now, and it needs to be perfect. I guess all that we can hope for is that we find a therapist that shows a little sympathy towards our kids as they try to cope with the psychotic demands of their parents. Traveling. We both look forward to retiring at age 45 and traveling around the country in our fully loaded Winnebago, making stops at important landmarks and events like the National Spam Cook-Off, the Mall of America, and the home of the largest ball of twine. Something else we have in common. We both talk about telling others exactly how we feel, but we both fear confrontation. So in reality, it will never happen. And lastly, a dedication to family and friends. I learned early on that your family and friends are very important to you, and it makes me very happy that we share this belief. And I look forward to starting a family together. You'll make a wonderful mother, and I promise to attend all parent-teacher conferences. We both know they'll be pointing their finger at me. Category number 3. Some of your special traits make me smile. The phrase, "Don't you want to?" A phrase that at first sounded so innocent and harmless, but over time was translated into the phrase, "I need you to do something for me, and you have no choice in the matter." The way you laugh while watching Whose Line Is It Anyway? I always thought that my 6th grade humor would be enough for you, but I guess I have to leave it up to the professional comedians to make you laugh until you cry and or fall off the couch. Hotel girl. I should have known I was in trouble early on in our relationship when I started to realize that Motel 6 would never be enough for you. Our first hotel experience, and don't worry, I won't speak about how the police got involved, started by you running in to check on available rooms and prices. You returned to the car and started by saying, well, the price is only $120. And then you got that look in your face that I've come to know as, and here's the part that makes it worth every penny. You continued with, it includes parking and breakfast. How could I say no to that? It took a little... It'll be over soon. It took a little bit of convincing, but shortly after I moved in, the dish was in place. And in no time at all, you were sucked in every evening at 7 p.m. It's time for Law and Order. Your shoe collection is slightly larger than your coat collection. And keeping a secret is torture for you. No matter how hard you try, and you can't get a secret out of me. Category number 4. Reasons I know you were Mrs. Right. You weren't shocked the first time you saw my t-shirts organized by color and my casual shirts organized by color and size of plaid. You didn't laugh out loud when I first asked you your thoughts on granite as a stone in an engagement ring. Thank God you made the first move. Even though you still to this day deny touching my arm at Jenny Gill's wedding. And you didn't find it odd that later on in the evening you found me doing a little stalking outside the girls' bathroom in hopes of asking you for your phone number. You're giving in many ways. You make my lunch almost every day. Although it's enough to last me 2 days instead of 1. You also cook dinner. Otherwise, we'd be eating Spam 4 days a week. You iron my clothes, except for my underwear. And we're there for me, and you've been there for me day after day, even when I came home from work unhappy with my situation. You encourage me to talk when I'm being quiet, and encourage me to express my fears and doubts. And lastly, you decided to come over to the dark side and have started to eat more meat. And kielbasa, which made your Nana very happy. Getting inside, I'm very much in love with you, and I'm very happy about spending the rest of my life by your side. You're my best friend, lover, and now my wife. Which means there's nothing else that I'll need in my life to feel complete. Except for maybe a couple of tow-headed, out-of-control children running around. But we'll be patient and work on that next week. Thank you for single-handedly planning a wonderful day for us, our families, and friends. Because of all the time and effort you put into today, we've had a relaxing 2 weeks without anything to worry about except for nervous butterflies. My love at times may not always...